want to say good morning too, right? So we're going to go to subscribers, and I'm going to look this up. How many weeks has it been since we've said hello to everybody? I'm not sure. So, I don't know how far back do we go? What was our last? What was our last? What was that? It was March 9th, and then before March 9th, what did we also have? Let's see, videos. I'm looking my own stuff up here live. I normally have all this. I have all this figured out, and I have my notes, which I don't have any notes this morning. I'm just going ahead and, well, I got plenty of sleep. I'm feeling giggly this morning, so I just figured, whatever. And wait, there's a problem with this. I just realized there's a huge problem. What about our music? My daughter's made that music for us for morning coffee. Well, I don't want to miss that.
Okay. I used to be afraid of the world outside my door, so I lived within the pages of a book. I used to be so scared of what I couldn't control. It seemed whatever I touched, I broke. The wind at my back, the grass so green, the sun on my face, it was all a dream till you said, wake up, wake up, wake up, take my hand. I'm here for you now, I'll help you stand. The world isn't so frightening, it's not all thunder and lightning, and as long as we are together, life can only get better. I used to be embarrassed about my eyes, my nose, my smile, so I hid my face behind my hair. I spent so many years feeling like I was drowning. Now finally I'm coming up for air. Laughing out loud, being part of a team, touching the stars, it was all a dream till you said, wake up, wake up, wake up, take my hand. I'm here for you now, I understand. The world isn't so frightening, it's not all thunder and lightning, and as long as we are together, life can only get better. Life can only get better.
This allow me to download? Oh, do I get to edit this stuff? Do I get to put other stuff in? Can I interject things? Because this says studio, that implies, guys, I'm talking to you, Substack, it implies that I have some ability to mess with it or arrange it or something, but I don't see any of those options. So if I go back to March 2nd, I don't think we said good morning to everybody before, on March 2nd. So if I go back there, March. So we're going to say hello to Stephen Thomas and Terpsy. I guess I can click on that and see what your actual name is, if you put it in there. Dan Blakely. Hello, Dan. See, that's what I do. I look these things up. I take the time and I click on all your emails to see if you put in an actual name so I could say hello to you. So good morning, Dan. And Dio laughter. Let's see what that is. Let's see who you are. If you put, nope, just laughter. Well, that's good. We all like to laugh. Welcome, laughter. And then Max. Let's see what this one is. See, I should have done this before. M. Ewer. Huh. Says Max Sobel. Okay. So we'll say, good morning, M. Ewer. And that's it from this last week. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Well, let's see. I don't know if I want to go any further if we can't do the music. And we can't do the things that I am completely used to. Maybe we'll try it for this one morning. And then when I'm done with this, if I can download it, maybe I'll download it and I can edit it and go from there. What happened this last week? Working a lot, doing tremendous amounts of work from, well, okay, a few things. Finished, believe it or not, finished season 6 of Chronicles of a Hero. Wrote a lot of chapters. That's fabulous. So pleased with that. So we have that scheduled out, and we'll be putting that in today. Illness. That's just, it's kind of sucked, but that's just the way it is. It's the way it is. I'm really excited because I think I figured out some issues with sound. The microphones that I have are perfect, and I have quite a few microphones for a professional studio to do audiobooks. And I'm excited about that, except for I don't have an environment. I don't have a sound booth. I don't have access to a place that would be like a sound booth. And so these microphones are so sensitive. I needed a professional microphone that instead of taking all the sound around me, it just focuses just on what's in front of it, like a Shure mic. And I don't own any Shure mics. So I found a beginner or lower end Shure mic, and depending upon tax returns, I'm going to grab one and see if that works. And if that solves things, well, that's going to open up all sorts of brilliant opportunities and maybe to do audiobooks. I don't know. I'm looking forward to that. I hope that that's the case. So that was really exciting to see that. And instead of $500 for a mic, it was $200 for a mic. So that's awesome. That's doable. That's very, very doable. So I was excited about that. I'm sure Hiram's going to be really excited about that, aren't you, Hiram? So that was exciting. Still working on bids and working things out with Vervante. Got an email late last night, like 11 p.m. I got a bid back from Cindy Tyler. She's such an awesome lady. The thing is I'm trying to figure out this balance between, print on demand. That's hard on companies. You've really got to be a big company and be able to do things in mass. I'm sure, to make these things profitable. And that's really hard because there aren't companies that are really the size of Amazon. And so that's challenging in and of itself. And I don't expect Vervante to do this, to offer the same prices and things as Amazon. That's not going to happen, and that's not right for me to expect that from Vervante. What I'm trying to do is I'm at the same time, if this is your living, and writing's not a hobby, this is what I do. And so it has to make sense and has to be profitable on my end. And they have to make profit. I don't want them to do this and cut their bottom line. I'm not here to, I think we've screwed a lot of companies out of business because we keep, wanting to take all the advantages to us and not allow them to make a profit. And then you drive someone out of business because they try to satisfy people and then they can't make a profit and they can't survive. I'm not that person. Instead, I try to look at things and say, okay, their profit margin has to be so big. How can I make a value added product for you and for everyone else that reads my stories and still use that service? So that's where I'm at right now. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. But Vervante sent me a breakdown, and bless their hearts, from the previous bid, when I sent it back and said it's so high, I can't use it for print on demand, so I need to find another way. Um, they went back and they redid their bidding system. They or their it's not a bid, uh, quote, their quoting system, and they came back substantially lower. So anyway, there's going to be more conversations. I'm doing something with Vervante, and it's going to be big. I'm trying to figure out what and how. So that's been going on. Um on top of that, let's see, the expansion of the advanced world building. I mentioned this last week. It's been doing well. I continue to get 4 and 5 star reviews, mostly 5, which is incredible. And getting feedback from a lot of you that I have asked, those of you, the handful that have, uh, you know, taken that course, that are part of this community, because you're writing your own stories, which I think is awesome. It's so cool. I'm excited to see what it is you guys come up with. Um, and so that's been wonderful, getting feedback, honest feedback. I really appreciate you guys doing that. And so I've been tweaking things and improving upon things. The other thing that was asked was, do I have my own set of trigger questions that I use? Yes, I have my own stash. Over 700 questions. Things that, if you go through that, if you can imagine doing this course and taking 1 or 2 questions and thinking about it for a week, because that's what those questions do. These challenges and exercises do. Just so you know, if you haven't seen this course, the reason why I have so much fun with it is because it compels your brain to make you creative. You are a creative individual. You just don't know how creative you actually are, and this will show you. It shows you, and I love it. I just love it. And now I'm sharing it, and it's fun to see other people go through what I went through in a lot of different ways. But I have a stash of over 700 questions. It's a lifetime of questions. Well, yeah, it's a lot. And wait a minute. Nope, I'm here. Nope, I'm hearing things. Okay. This is a whole new experience. I usually control my environment of what I'm doing and how I record it, and then I can edit it and all that. And so this is new, Substack. We'll see what happens. So anyway, so I have that set, and I'm going to actually share that list of those questions. And I'm probably going to put it in an online form, but that is one thing that I do want to create with Vervante, linking the two things. I'm not off on a tangent, by the way, of creating a beautiful high-end book with those questions, because that will be likely the only world building book that you'll. Yeah, yeah, I'm pretty convinced that'll be the last world building book that the only you'll need. I'm not finishing my sentences, am I? Anyway, I'm excited about that. That book is like 95% done because everything's there. I'm just trying to arrange it in such a way, and then I'm gonna get a bid from Vervante and see if I could do something with, like, faux leather and embossed and things like that. It's just gonna be amazing. And then some of the things Cindy was awesome. She suggested some things with some of the books that we could actually do inserts so that you can fold out pages inside that I could put artwork in there. I could do it's gonna be beautiful. It's just gonna be awesome. So, it'll be an expensive book. It will because that'll be your creative powerhouse. It doesn't matter what kind of story that you're writing. This will because you have trigger questions and then you have clarifying questions that are also trigger questions. They're like I try to describe to someone is that your trigger question is like opening a door to your creativity, and then the clarifying question is like shoving you through that door, and it's amazing. And I have been watching some of my kids use the course as well, and then I decided to share my personal list with one of my children, with Jessica actually, and I asked her if she had used any of my personal trigger questions, and she just started she just started giggling. She's like, "Oh, yeah." So that's fun. That's a lot of fun. Let's see, what else is happening? Um, oh, oh, you might find this fun. I love notes and I hate notes at the same time. Substack notes. It's just not my thing. But I really like seeing how everyone else is using notes. So I like answering and participating in other people's notes, which means I probably don't get the exposure that notes is intended to give you. And I don't want to do this whole come read, beating my chest and saying, come come see what I'm doing. Come I just that's just not my thing. It just no. So I decided to try an experiment. And, it's gonna seem different to everyone who doesn't know me out there on Substack, and I know that it will build over time. John Houseky has experienced has experienced this already because he was tagged in one of these. Death, as you know, death, as in the, is see, and normally I would go like this, and there would be a picture of death right there. But if you've spent any time with me over the last few years, 2 years or so, you know that death, as in the, is a friend of mine, and well, that's probably a bad thing to say. Are we friends? We're definitely acquaintances, but he's worked for me for a few years. Yeah, he's the marketing director for byimmortality.com. So, huh. Anyway, so here's the idea is I've asked Death to put up notes and to write about all the attempts that he has made to claim me. Yeah. Yeah. And so those are up on notes, and then he puts a link and a tag to lifeoffiction.com at the end. And I think he's calling them attempts. Yeah. What disturbs me is that he's attempted more than I realized. So, but I'm still here. So, anyway, so you might want to look for that. I'll actually put a tab. I read the one this morning because he tags when he uses my name. He also tags me, so I get to see them. You know, yeah. I'm not sure what to think about knowing that you know death is. You never know. You never know when he's there. So anyway, so you might enjoy reading those. Kind of similar to Anne or Tell Me a Mystery. Her brilliant conversations with coffee, but hers are probably more fun. I love her coffee stuff. Speaking of which, remember this morning at 9 a.m. You can go and participate in the the writing sprints. I love that Ann's doing that. There's a handful of us that I try to get there when I can. There's a handful of us that go and join Ann Mondays and Wednesdays, 9 a.m. Pacific time. And yeah, that's fabulous. Other than that, gosh, I don't have anything else because normally I have notes. So we're going with what's actually on my brain, which is, well, you never know how my brain's going. So, what are you doing this week? Maybe you're going to try this. I'm not sure that I like this. We'll see after I stop and to see how I can edit it and tweak it. Because at this point, I don't know that I'm going to be doing this again. Not for coffee anyway, but to meet with someone and to do this, to have interviews, this could be fun. We'll try this. Maybe we'll try this later on today and get a hold of somebody and we can have a conversation. That could be fun. Yeah, yeah. Says share screen. I'm not sure I want to share a screen. I don't know what's going to pop up. Should I share a screen? Let's press the button. Let's just see. Let's see. Screen share. Hold on. Now the camera's in the way. It says screen sharing is here. Glasses. Just glasses. It says show your audience exactly what's on your screen. Audio sharing is coming soon. Well, I don't want to do it if it's not audio sharing, screen sharing. Well, what's on my screen? I'm looking at you. So I just say got it and see what happens. Oh, it's a lot like, you know what they're doing? Oh, those twits. Those absolute twits. Oh, what a stinker. That's what they're doing a lot like my Go Brunch. The Go Brunch account that I have. Let me look up death. We're going to try an experiment here. I know. You have things to do. You don't have to stay, by the way. But let's check this out. So, see, we're going to go. We're going to find death. We need to find death. Yes. Okay. Here we've got a picture of death. So I'm opening that up, and it says that I can show a screen. So I'm going to show. Oh, hey, there you go. Let's try that. There you go. I was talking about death. Now we've got that. Not quite the same thing. And you see my little mouse on there. So, this is not quite what I had in mind, but whatever. That was okay. I'd rather have it like up in the corner, right? So, anyway, that's what we got. So you have a good day. You have a good week. Remember, you are more than you think you are. And one other thing that I got done. I'm formatting. It's all written, but for the first book in Chronicles of a Hero, Choices, the big book, really big one behind me right there. That's the other thing. This is flipped around. You need to be able to see and read it. Everything's backwards. I don't like things backwards. With Choices, I wrote a guide for families that they can discuss. Mom and dad can read Choices with their kids, and I've got conversation starters. I got a whole book on that. That'll be fun. I'm doing that for us and for my kids with their kids. And yeah, that'd be fun. Remember, you are more than you think you are. And we will see you again next time. Bye. We're going to end the recording now.